E-gaming bets, online betting for every esports fan. Dota 2 and Hearthstone, CSGO and Overwatch, StarCraft 2, the choice is yours. Express bets for multiple matches or live bets on the game you are watching right now. Know your way around Dota 2? Make a prediction for picks and bans. Playing CSGO? Guess the number of rounds in a certain match. Daily quest for all participants and all the best choice of payment systems. More than 600,000 users have already made their bets on the spectacular matches since 2011. EGB.com. You know for sure who's gonna win.
CS.Money, a new service for trading your skins. Tired of all the skins piling up in your inventory? With CS.Money, trading got faster and safer than ever. Now you can just sign in to our website, choose the skins from your inventory and those you want to get from a broad variety. Confirm the trade and rejoice in your new skins. CS.Money, the best service for trading your skins.
Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the Star Ladder CIS EU Shanghai, that's a lot of words, qualification. We're going to be going into another one of our quarterfinals, and I think we are about to witness one of the sort of favourites, or at least my favourites. It's going to be FlipSide versus forZe. A tough match for forZe, has to be said, I think, going into the draw. This is probably the one team that they really didn't want to be getting. I think Avantgarde should be putting up a pretty good fight as well, but this is sort of the team that I'm looking at to sort of get through the qualifier. If anybody is going to be doing it, I think it should be FlipSide. Normally pretty good, at least with their major qualification, but in other tournaments, we don't really see them too often. So I think it's going to be a pretty awesome matchup. I've already seen someone, Will, you've pretty much put along the lines of what I was going to go on. Now, some people may know I'm a little bit of an electronic fan. And I can prove that with one very quick and easy look at my image. Oh, the revolver's just popped up. We're just going to go here. Nice AK-47, and yes, that is 4 electronic stickers on an AK-47. So that pretty much sums everything up when it comes to me and electronics. So I'm going to try my best not to be biased, but I am quite excited to see the face-off between the sort of two carries of the team. Because we've got Little. Now, Little, for me, is a guy who is, like, he's one of the older players, it has to be said. I think he's 27 or 8. And he is a monster with that AWP. He has single-handedly dragged forZe through plenty of games. They keep seemingly switching whoever their 5th member is. At the moment, it's Redhide. But, they are going to be starting off an Inferno, and that's not a bad map for forZe at all. We've seen them steal maps off teams like Fragsters, who have shown up against sort of better teams, much better than they did against forZe. So it's definitely possible that they could look to steal this away. The problem I'm having, though, is just individually. Like, even in the AWP battle, if World Edit goes off, World Edit is still a very, very good AWPer, especially when you look at maps like Train and sort of in other maps that we may see later on. And, well, Train is actually the last map in the pool. Map number 2 is going to be Overpass, which, again, another great map for World Edit when he's on form. The problem is, recently, a lot of the other players on this team have not been in form. And we've seen games where Electronic has got 140 ADR, 30-plus kills, and still lost. And, well, I think, if anything, that would drive you mentally insane. I don't know how he still does it. And, of course, with all the Na'Vi problems, there have been rumours flying around once again. But, well, props to FlipSide for holding on to him for this long. And I am hoping that they'll make it work as a team, because in terms of the actual players that they have, I do like a lot of the players. As said, when World Edit was unleashed last year in Russia, the mixed team that was for WSG, he was incredible. Like, him and Electronic as sort of a deadly duo just allowed to pug-style the game were absolutely brilliant. And it's sometimes, I feel like, almost Blade's regime that can hold back at least the individual plays of these two players. of course, when it comes to actually counter-stratting and having your sort of setups for a bigger tournament, for example, like the minors or when they qualify for majors, that's where Blade really comes into his own. But these sort of matches, I'm not so sure about the strategy behind a lot of the stuff they do. You kind of want to just unleash your AWP. You want to unleash Electronic and just allow them to make the sort of plays. I do think that they have fit around Electronic a little bit better than we have seen any other player in the past. Of course, we know that there were players like Simple on this team previously, and I actually got quite frustrated casting Simple in this team because he would just buy. Like, that would be the thing. He'd buy whenever he wanted to. He'd try and take rounds individually, and of course, sometimes he would, because he is one of the most talented players Counter-Strike has probably ever seen. The problem is, it didn't work within the regime of Blade, and I think that's something that World Edit has suffered from in the past, that he's actually a very talented AWPer, just sometimes he seems like he's held back. So I'm actually very excited to see both of those players in the Dot Russia match, or Dot Russia team, for WSG and see how they actually do. Of course, the .Ukraine, or just Ukraine team, looks pretty good as well. Either way, we are into our pissed around. Utility going to be on Mr. Kabakan, who I wonder if he has officially now changed his name to Tony Black, because that seems to be what he calls himself all the time. Kit and a couple of flashes. Already on to Markelov. We are going to see some aggression from Blade already. That's a very good start indeed. He's dropped the bomb. He's actually going to continue his push. Okay, a few missed shots, but it doesn't matter. He still finds a second kill, and the rest of the team are just going to be running down Banana. Already taking down that bomb. It's not looking good for forZe already. Jerry and Facecrack going to be attempting to hold on to this round. Awful lot left to do. We'll spot out World Edit. Actually get rid of Markelov as well. Electronic's low on HP. They could actually be throwing this round away. Another kill comes in, but luckily Electronic, even low on HP, will get a kill for himself. Well, low is an understatement. 1 HP. And World Edit will finish off the remainder. So a little bit too close considering how dominant the start of that round was. But it will be the pistol going to FlipSide. Almost the envy buy from the CT side. Now, the envy buy we saw the other day was 5 MP9s. Blade. Oh, Dilly, did you come up with that one yourself? Is that an original meme? P-side. They've also forced into this one. A few CZs along with the P250s. Not many players still going with the P250 after the nerf came in. Markelov with his bulldozer and his own golden sticker. I might need to get a Markelov golden sticker. Either way, World Edit through the smoke. Already going to be picking up one. Has the support from Blade as well. Ooh, nice shot from Kabakin. We'll be able to find one through the smoke. These are actually going to go rotating back towards the B site. Waylander is already making his way forward. They've retrieved the FAMAS off of Blade as well. Now, a few low players. And that smoke is definitely going to help. Waylander going to be able to reposition. Get back towards the site. A little bit of aggression coming down from Markelov as well. He has to be pretty careful here. Little's going to be waiting on the other side. Oh, timing may be a big problem, though. Already going to be picking up one. Leaves it down to just the 2 remaining players. They have to go now. Either that or they have to try and turn around and kill the remaining player. But it's smart from Markelov. He's going to be patient. However, 1 kill will come in. Waylander just holding from the back lines. Looking for Kabakin. 15 HP. 10 seconds. It's not happening. Nice attempt from the T side. They do themselves quite a bit of damage. But it is still going to be 2 players remaining for FlipSide. And more importantly, they still keep the 1 rifle and 1 of the SMGs. You're going to cast a major. I would love to. I think it's still got quite a way to go. But you never know. I think I'd like to start by doing like one of the like qualifiers first. I've done the CIS minor, and I almost ended up doing the Asian one last time, but I missed out. I think just by a few minutes to actually get on that. But either way, aggression. Nice work from World Edit, already finding a couple, but still doing damage. Kabakin another 2 kills with that P250. Maybe people have jumped off it too soon. Waylander. Pushes down. Markelov finishes off one more. So again, rifle's going to be retrieved, kept into the next round. A bit of money made from the SMG, and WorldEdit can actually go straight for his AWP if he wants it, which I don't see why he wouldn't. There we go. This is a buy from the T side. This is what all their extra money has gone towards. Hi, Mr. Zuck. How are you? Red Hide. Again, someone I don't really know too much about. I feel like forZe change members, or just testing members, like once a week. And yeah, you don't really find too much out about them. Every time I'm just sort of like, oh, there's somebody else. Oh, okay. Is he better? I don't know. At the moment. Oh, he's second on his team, but that's not really saying too much. It's the buy around where we really want to see what these guys can do. Electronic going to be sat towards the back of the pit. WorldEdit has bought up his AWP, something that cannot be afforded yet by this T side. Of course, Little will want to get on that as soon as humanly possible. Already, though. Back in. We're getting the first. Electronic peeks in, and that's another. Kabakan looking good today. Will be traded out eventually by Blade, who has retrieved the AWP. There are actually going to be 2 players over towards this B side of the map, so a nice read from FlipSide, but they got 4 players to deal with. A lot of work still to do. Markelov in the corner, manages a first. Doesn't take any damage either. Can look to try and fall back, and he's got Waylander to support, who's doing even more. Already taking down 2. Leaves it on to just Little. 1 versus 3. Needs to clear the man out of the back lines, which is Waylander, and who's just dancing around at the moment. Rotation comes in. Blade. That's not a good shot, but eventually he'll get the kill instead with the P250. Dignitas were absolutely incredible versus Mousesports yesterday. Rubino had one of the best performances I think I've ever seen him have online, at least. Like, he just has those explosive games sometimes, but he was entry fragging on Train like it was sort of the easiest game of his life. And then on Inferno as well, I think Fox started the game something like 14-0. So they had some really good performances, especially considering they had their coach playing instead of Jacob. I was really impressed. I think it definitely shows that this team has like a decent skills. And of course, you do have to say that I think Mousesports were a little bit underwhelming, but it was still a very good match. Nice work. Whoa, okay, Red Hide. CZ actually doing work at the moment. Only 2 players left for the CTs, Blade and WorldEdit. WorldEdit is going to have to go running towards that B side, but it's already been smoked off. And Blade is actually going to go down. It's actually a 1 versus 3 with the pistols doing work. Gotta be careful as well, because Red Hide has already managed to push all the way in. Red Hide just going to be waiting patiently. Pistol out at the moment for WorldEdit, and he just runs into the crosshair. AWP is going to be picked up as well. That's a massive bonus for this T side. And now the CT money is really not in a good stead at all. 3 of the players can buy. 2 of them will have to go for either some pistols or maybe a UMP. Yeah, Zivez's 4K was actually really good. What is this tournament? This is the qualification for Shanghai. So, the winner of this whole qualifier goes through to the $150,000 LAN. There's 2 more invites to come. 2 invites already. Gambit and Tai Lu. Obviously, 1 local team. So, I don't think the next games have been scheduled yet, because I think they've got to talk to the teams. But I will, well, once I know, I'm sure they'll get posted out. Nice start from WorldEdit, only with the scout this time. Little's on the AWP. T side taking quite a lot of map control at the moment. Can I get an invite? Probably not. I'm going to be honest. Unless you play for someone very, very good indeed, and I'm just oblivious to it. Blade, MP9, looking to peek in. Face crack already low on HP. That's a weapon picked up for him as well. Manages to turn around, rectifying the problems. Hello, Blade. Welcome to the server. Already picks up 3 kills in this round and leaves Little and Kabakin. Kabakin currently top of the scoreboard, so, well, he's already going to be adding to that with World Edit going down. Okay, Electronic. Okay. We know what you can do. You don't need to show off. Nice couple of kills from him. 5-1. FlipSide bounce straight back. Now, luckily, the one advantage of this T side having all that extra money from winning a round out of nothing is the fact that they can pick up some weapons once again. So it's not broken just yet. Their money is still going. There we go. World Edit going for the aggressive peek this time. He's got to be careful because there is still an AWP on the other side. Kabakin going to be pushing in. And those are the sort of aggressive pushes that I like to see our World Edit. Normally quite a confident AWPer. The caster is blushing. Am I? Do you believe Indignant has to go to China? I think it's going to be tough, but after that performance, like, Mousesports were probably one of my favorites. It was between sort of them, Envy, and Space Soldiers. So the fact that they've knocked them out in such dominant fashion on Train, I think they have a pretty good chance. And that would be a massive tournament for them to qualify for, especially with such a new roster. I don't think it's going to be easy, but I definitely think they could do it now. Especially with getting Jacob back in. If Rubino is playing like that, I don't think there's many players in the qualifier can match up to that level of skill. Already. A lot of damage done onto Little. In fact, it's the second time we've seen somebody on 1 HP already. We giggled because of, you know, Electronic is, it's like my CS crush. Just the way he plays. He is my favorite player to watch. Him, Shocks, and Snacks. I'm a fan. Already. Well did it. Well, a little bit of overkill. Only 1 HP. The Little. He takes over 100 damage. Already. Crossfire in. Electronic will be picking up 1. Blade's going to go down. But it is just simple pickings for World Edit. 1 after 1 after 1. And it will be 6-1 in favor of FlipSide. You think Space Soldiers will get it? It's definitely possible. They've looked very good as well. You know a lot of pros. I wouldn't say a lot of pros. I met quite a lot of pros, but I don't know any of them particularly well. I feel like I know a lot more sort of up-and-coming pros, but... Here we go. Did they rush mid to tactically reset? I feel like you might be reading a little bit too much into the strategy. Either that or Blade is an utter genius and he's just managing economy by being absolutely mental. But it's possible. It's possible. It is Blade. Push could be coming through. Well, I don't think he saw that one coming. Taken down by the Glock. Definitely not the best start for Blade. Electronic in the pit, however, will already spray 2 back, but he's been dinked up down to just 11 HP. Out, still going, doesn't matter. If they can't hit him, he can't die. The bomb actually going to be stuck in apartments at the moment. They could just rotate back to A. There's actually only 1 player holding it in the form of Waylander. Oh, a little now. Well, 4 kills for Electronic. Eco frags, but nonetheless, still low on HP. And he will now move himself further up the board. 8-3 at the moment. Very good team for me. Yeah, I think... Mousesports or Envy will probably, if you're looking at actual results and going to tournaments, because although Envy haven't done particularly well once they've got to the tournaments, in terms of actually qualifying, they have been the best team at qualifying for tournaments over the last few months. I think they got New York, they got Mykonos, they got Oakland, so the fact that they got eliminated by Space Soldiers 2-0, well, Space Soldiers always look good. It's normally the final hurdle for Space Soldiers, though. Like, they do very, very well in the qualification, and then just as they're close to getting to the event, that's where they actually fail. And it's a shame because, well, they definitely are an exciting team to watch. We saw them beat SK in Cologne. Obviously, after that, they did fall a little bit flat, but they're a very exciting team to watch. So I sort of hope that they do get to more tournaments. And for me, at least, in this qualifier, I think FlipSide would be the team I'd like to get through. Especially if Blade then starts, like, doing analysis on the team and sort of counters a lot of the teams, we could see some pretty interesting upsets at the tournament. Envy got eliminated by Space Soldiers. Quick aggression this time. Red Hide is going to be able to pick up one, and Jerry in the corner mows down the remaining two. Blade will be there to trade, but it's still a man advantage. Now Electronic, he's not into all this aggression malarkey. He's going to be waiting back. Already picks up one. You could just see Kabak and just like, no. I'm not going this way anymore. I'm going to stop for a second, reset my position, and almost cause Electronic to question the direction his opponent is going in. Sneaking back around. Ooh, the timing is going to be pretty close. I think Red Hide is going to get round just before Electronic spots. And now Blade's in a little bit of trouble, because they are going to be wrapping around. Electronic trying to clear a lot of the angles. The problem is, not going to have any idea that they've wrapped around. I think soon Blade is going to realize, okay, there's only really one place that they can be after peeking that angle. Holding it perfectly. Blade picks up another. He's been doing very well, even in terms of fragging in this game so far. Red Hide will be looking for this trade, but Blade just playing down that clock, trying to force him into a position where he plants. Rotation will be coming in as well, spraying through the walls, and only 30 seconds left on the clock, and by the time this bomb actually goes down, Electronic is already going to be here, peeks in, and it's a simple retake in the end from the CT side. Smart stuff from Blade. Well, that's exactly what you want, isn't it? That's why Blade's in the team, and it is going to be 8-1 in favor of FlipSide. Should I cook noodles for dinner? Or boil noodles? If you like boiled noodles, then yes. If you don't like boiled noodles, I'm going to go ahead and say probably not. I've already been out to a Pizza Hut buffet for lunch, so I feel sick. Anything that has the word buffet in it is made to make you ill. Because you don't know. There's no person who goes, I've been to a buffet and I've eaten exactly the right amount. I haven't eaten more than I should have done. And, yep, no, I feel absolutely wonderful. No, you go in there and you go, okay, I'm paying £7 or whatever for this. I'm going to eat as much as I humanly can. I'm going to try and bankrupt Pizza Hut and just basically destroy their company. That is what you do at a buffet. And anybody who does otherwise, you are weird. Anyway, enough about what I've done for lunch. T-side have bought themselves out some pistols. Got a few smokes to play with. Pop Flash going to be going in. Markelov and Waylander are going to be here in a crossfire. Smoke going to hold them back at least for now. And a little bit more aggression coming out from Blade as well. You don't... Oh, Pizza Hut buffet is basically... Okay, well, I'll say it. Maybe I'll say it at the end of the round, because I feel like they're getting ready to push. You just see the smokes thrown out, so maybe not the best time to talk about pizza. But I will tell you what it is in just a second. Here we go. Red Hide going to be leading the charge. Tempting to get himself that opening kill. Waylander actually stuck in the corner here, so has to be a little bit careful, and he will go down. Markelov able to trade two back, though. Important couple of kills. T-side obviously wanting that bomb plant for the extra money, but World Edit already going to be trading back another one, leaving it into a 4 versus 2. Face crack. Actually picks up another, but Blade still going strong. Gets a second kill for himself. Or no, sorry, first kill for himself in this round. Leaves it all onto just one. Nice attempt from Face Crack to get a little bit of extra damage, but it is 9-1 in favor of FlipSide. So basically, a Pizza Hut buffet is just, they put loads of different types of pizza out, and you can just take whatever slice that you want. So, and then they have like pasta and salads and stuff, although who the hell's touching that? And like garlic bread, and you can just take as, like, basically just eat until you die. And you can get like unlimited refill drink. It is pretty good. I had an Oreo milkshake instead, because I'm cool like that. Either way, 9-1. Dominant CT side so far from FlipSide. Haven't made a huge amount of money. A lot of the rounds have been close. It's going to be, this time, banana control taken. Yeah, if you want to take a whole pizza, you can take a whole pizza. It kind of defeats the whole purpose of having it, but at the same time, yeah, you can do what you want. Anybody who's in that situation where they're trying to eat as much pizza as they possibly can, no one's going to be sat there going, oh, he took a whole pizza, what? Blade through the edge of the smoke. We'll be able to pick up one. Base crack's going to be going down. Is there any chance forZe can win this? Well, I'm pretty sure this is their map pick, so I'm going to go ahead and say probably not. It's not looking good, is it? See, you got the right idea. Just take a couple. What did it? I think he almost just sat there and went, really? Really? Like, you're not going to look this way at all? Just gonna let me kind of... Either way, Red Hide is gonna entry onto the site. Gets one. Still, 2 players, actually. They've gambled here. Surely they're not gonna expect another 2 to be on the site. This is almost mean from FlipSide. And you can already see, look, they're not gonna check anything. But Markelov misses the shot! Markelov, there we go. Finally gets one and closes the second. Okay, almost gave them a way back in. It was a nice little bait there from the CT side. Because, let's be honest, you've got one player going aggressive. You've got one player in the back corner. You're not gonna expect anyone to be in dark. Almost mucks it up, but he didn't. That's what matters, so we can forgive him. Because it's Markelov, and everybody loves Markelov. Because he's got the smiliest face you've ever seen. Ten to 1. Dominance so far from FlipSide. I think Taz was in the best form. Yeah, no, they really did play well the other day. Very impressed. If they can play like that more, then yeah, they can definitely get themselves out of the qualifier and make for a pretty exciting team, I'd say. Obviously, it's whether or not they can. Oh, did it? A little bit of aggression to Apps. Coming out, and, well did it. He's just starting to style. He's having a little bit of fun with this, by the looks of it. I think that's where he normally plays his best Counter-Strike as well. Just let him have a little bit of freedom. Play his own game. Then, well, the beast is awake and Little just going to be spraying around corners. He's currently 1 and 10. Normally the star performer of this forZe side. Of course, CT side, normally a little bit easier for an AWPer at least. You like the new Immortals lineup? I honestly don't know too much about a lot of the players, but it's sort of like when they formed originally. I wasn't too sure. Either way, Waylander, again, going to be holding things down. This little duo of him and Markelov are looking deadly over on the B site. Definitely missing Little at the moment. Him being at the bottom is... It's sort of like a 1 in 20 game. Where Little's just having a bad one. And when that happens, they normally lose. It's just... Like, we've seen Kabakan have a nice start. He's started to slow down quite a bit. And they've run out of time. It doesn't even matter what happens here. They had absolutely no time. 5 seconds onto the site, and Markelov was like, okay, you want to try and plant that bomb, I'm just going to kill you. Electronic deserves to be on Navi. He would definitely be in my dream team, CIS. Like, he would be in there, I think. Probably with Zeus. Simple. The thing is, I always forget to put, like, more support players in. Probably like Adrian, and I would want to put Hobbit in as well and then just have that ridiculous firepower lineup, but I feel like I'd have to put someone like Markelov or maybe Angel in there to play a more supportive role. Either way, once again, it's going to be a rush B. Hasn't been paying off so far. Waylander will be able to start things off, but he goes down, and Jerry's actually managed another one. Was that straight through the smoke? That was disgusting. Okay, Jerry, that's an awakening and a half. Looking like a second round is more than possible here, unless they start making some mistakes. Molotov out. Neither player actually hitting the shot, so that's a bit of a miss. Blank coming in as well from Little. Ooh, okay, there we go. It will take down one. Electronic rotating in, and Little, there we go. Gets a couple of kills. There's an AWP on the floor somewhere. They've managed to retrieve it, so that's something for the AWP to have going into the last couple of rounds. Hey, Force Looper, how are you? Here we go, though. Finally, little on the AWP. Can he have the impact we desire? CT side, still have enough money to buy into this round, but if they lose this one... Did he catch a glimpse there? Because he didn't take the shot. They could be going down already. 2 players dunked so very low indeed. CT side starting to rotate. Actually, a couple of players over. They're going to leave just World Edit as the sole defender of B. The Catalyst Stalker. Just waiting for the pick. Normally, you see the AWP go a little bit more aggressive in these sort of circumstances because, well, the whole point is he's supposed to be spotting over towards Banana and then falling back to the site so that then he has a little bit of time for the rotations to come in. Playing this far back is quite uncharacteristic, but I suppose they do have a quick rotator and Waylander rather than somebody all the way back. I have no control over stream bonus whatsoever. So, yeah. I don't know. Here we go, though. Back towards the site. T-side again, they're burning this clock down pretty low. The CT side are just happy to not peek and wait to the last few seconds. They've been winning a lot of these rounds right towards the depths. 25 seconds going to be burnt down to 20, but it is going to be a push towards this A side. They haven't cleared any angles whatsoever, and they're only going to have 20 seconds. Smoke going to go down to try and almost slow this push and give them a chance to jump out. They do actually get past. Electronic goes a little bit aggressive, but Blade just takes off 3 heads. Chopping off more than Henry the 8th at the moment. And while Little just going to have to save his AWP. That is a pretty horrible situation to be in. 12-2. Or at least will be saved and gives them something to go into the next round. But, well, really isn't looking too good, is it? Who is this caster? Well, if you type !caster in the chat, it'll bring up a little link. Let's go over to my Twitter. Haha. Hashtag block. There you go, Insomnia's got me. He's got me covered. A little bit of aggression coming out from Waylander, looking to push down. Second time that they've been caught out, and okay. Red Hide takes the head off of Markolov as well. Trade back. Exclamation mark moderator. Maybe I'll add that in one day. Yeah, I have no idea about stream bonus. Absolutely none. Back into a 3v4. Kabakan only with a P250 and World Edit will be holding towards the back of site. Definitely going to have to try and clear him out. Pop Flash doesn't quite reach. Not going to be hit. Push coming out. One hit. There we go. Bomb dropped. Looking for the second. World Edit just trying to style, but Little will be there to trade. He's at least turned it back into a 2v2. Spray coming through and spots out Little above. Knows where he is, but peeking into this angle is a little bit risky. Still going to do quite a bit of damage. Nate goes out from Electronic. He's low on HP. Little towards the back of the site. In fact, both players just on opposite sides. Little's still going to be holding the angle, but is blinded actually by his teammate. Spots out, looks towards Blade and misses the shot. Leaves it all onto Kabakan. 1 versus 2. Electronic going to be pre-firing the angle, but he's actually going to win it. Kabakan will get them a 3rd round. 12-3 in favor of FlipSide, but still, it is bleak for the T's. They've managed to win 2 of the last 3 rounds. It just shows how dominant FlipSide were before that. And it now goes on to the T side, and a pistol is more than necessary for forZe. Technical pause will be coming in. They can win the pistol. Maybe they can get themselves rolling a little bit. We have seen some pretty poor performances recently from FlipSide. However, this is one they are more than expected to win. It's a shame. We've actually seen a couple of sort of decent rounds come out from Kabakan. Red Hide as well, who's sort of the stand-in at the moment. Work as a paver. I've always hated the saying, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. No, that is not true. That is not... I've just had my leg blown off. But it didn't kill me. No, it didn't make me stronger. I mean, I've got no leg. I feel like that's quite an insensitive outlook, but it is not true. There is no... If stuff almost kills you, it does not make you stronger. That's not how things work. I do not absorb... like, dangerous things. Just like in real life, if I'm bitten by a spider. No, I don't turn into Spider-Man. I might die. Or it hurts. It's just it doesn't make any sense. Unless, of course, your leg is blown off and then you're given a robot leg. And then... it's arguable, because technically the leg probably is stronger. So... it kind of makes sense. I'm gonna go skydiving. We have ourselves a cynic. No, I just like reading into cliche sayings and saying why they are bullshit. I love you too, Ghost of Me. Ooh. Quite a thought-provoking name. I like the idea of skydiving before I'm there. So, like, I imagine if I was about to jump out of a plane, I would be crapping my pants. But the idea of actually jumping out of a plane is quite cool. Yes, but they didn't say mentally, so I can be as cynical as I want. Also, if that's the case, then what about, like, post-traumatic stress? There you go. There you go. Explain that one, ALX Gaff. Who do I support in the Premier League? Tottenham Hotspur. And I've been building our team on FIFA. And it's taken me a long time because they cost a lot of money. Yeah, you can't win. Well, that's the thing. Falling, I'm fine. Like, once I'm out, I'm fine. Because it's like, for me at least, I know when I'm falling, there's nothing I can do to stop myself from falling anyway. So, I might as well just live with it and enjoy it, right? But jumping out of the plane, I can do something about that. I can say, nah, I'm good. And in my head, that is normally what I like to say. It's like with abseiling. But the idea of abseiling is literally leaning backwards off of a cliff and then walking backwards. Now, it's not anywhere near as bad as if you were walking down forwards, because then you would be looking down at the drop. But it's just the idea where you're like, why am I doing this to myself? It doesn't sound like a good day. Have I gotten Kane from Packer? I haven't got Jack from Packer. I think I've spent like, I don't know, maybe not that much, like 50 quid. Not a huge amount on packs. I think the best pack I got was like Mahrez, who's worth nothing. And I just sort of gave up and just started playing a load of coins. Imagine if you die on Saturday. Well, I feel like you are slightly heightening the risk by jumping out of a plane. Like, I feel like if you don't jump out of a plane, there is probably less of a chance that you would die. But I feel like they wouldn't let people do it if it was that dangerous. Well, I'm going to be honest, I don't think that's entirely true. Because opening cases, I know I've opened far more cases, and I have got a couple of good things. Whereas most, like, I reckon if I spent the same amount of money on FIFA, I'd probably have quite a bit. Well, it's like, people are scared of everything, though. It's like people are getting planes. And people are like, I don't get planes. I like to keep my feet on the ground. It's like, you're literally more likely to get hit by a car. Like, Maybe like statistically, if there are as many cars as there are many planes, that wouldn't be true. But there are not, and you are just more likely. It's like the most depressing fact in the world, where it's like you're more likely to get hit by a car on your way to getting your lottery ticket than actually winning the lottery. It's mental. Either way, I feel like I've managed to waffle for a good 10 minutes while we waited for this pause. I think I've done a pretty good job at chatting. And now we're going to go back into the game and stop talking about depressing things like dying on your way to get a lottery ticket. Either way, it's going to be a quick push up mid. FlipSide wanting to get this map over and done with as quickly as possible, and they will be wrapping straight back around. Electronic looking for that first kill. Has to be careful. Never mind, he doesn't have to be careful. He shot Red Hide straight in the face, and now, well, the CT side are going to have to question themselves a little bit because they're wrapping back around. It's almost as like they're the ones now attacking the B site. They're trying to take it back. They've already lost it. And there's still a man, Wayland, around the back lines. Little is going to do a bit of damage, trying not to say a little bit of damage, because of course that would be repeating his name twice, which I really don't want to be doing. Blade. Just trying to tap away already. Little very low on HP. Needs his teammates to re-peek, really. And down to one. Second time today. He's on just 1 HP. Facecrack will be able to pick up one at least. But now the last man of Little will fall to the mighty Markelov. And it will be 13-3 in favor of FlipSide. Pistol was necessary for forZe really to have any chance of bringing this one back. But they are going to have the force buy. And maybe, just maybe, they can save it here. The temptation to say Little whenever you say his name. It's like when you're casting Big, and just from then on, you're no longer allowed to say the word Big. And the second somebody says you can't say a word, it is very difficult not to say that word. And I can prove that with one very simple example. It's not to do with words, but I want you now to not focus on your breathing. And I know that every single one of you has now just taken control of your breathing. You were doing it before, but now I have got in your head, you will have to think about breathing. And it is the most annoying thing that you can ever say to anyone. Use that on your parents, because I'm a dick. Either way, back into the round, already starting things off. CT side have managed to get themselves, well, lost a person, but they will have a decent amount of players on the site itself. Markelov picks up one and a second as well. It's going to be World Edit to pick up another one. It was a nice read coming out from the CT side, but unfortunately it doesn't seem to matter at all. Kabakin is going to be the only one left, and he is on the wrong side of the map. You focus on your breathing. It's when you learn it, like when you learn that and say that to people, they literally just look at you like, I hate you so much. Yeah, you can. I do ramble a lot on my Twitter, that is true. Post random stuff. It took me so long when that, like, the guy said to me the other day, like, are you a caster or are you just granulated? And I was sat there just like, what is he on about? And then I was like, he's talking about caster sugar, isn't he? Oh, I hate you. No hard feelings. Well, it's like the other thing where it's like, if you start like just itching your head around people, 9 times out of 10 they will start itching their head just because you've psychologically affected them. It's the same with yawns, and it's the same with telling someone they're not allowed to blink. The second you tell someone they're not allowed to blink, their eyes will start burning, even though they could have had their eyes open for like 20 minutes straight and nothing would be wrong. It's just, I hate our body. I hate our body. It's like, we are all one. No, I'm not one of those people. Mental people. Here we go, the aggression coming out from the CT side. They will be able to pick up the first. Unfortunately, World Edit is quickly able to trade. I'm actually thinking of yawning now that I've mentioned it, which is quite unfortunate. And Jesus. Jesus had more hair. You don't know that. You weren't there. According to, well, at least where I am, Jesus was white. That's definitely not true. You know, all the white men in Jerusalem. He's going to be coming out. Waylander. Be able to pick up one, but they're actually not doing too bad in this round, the CT side over Kabakin. Now, going to be the only one left. Waylander is going to finish things off, so it came close, but, well, as they say, no cigar. And that doesn't apply too much to me because I don't smoke. They just find... name of a black CS player. Spawn. There you go. Done. Next question. TT side are going to have to risk it all for a biscuit brawl. It doesn't work so well if you add all onto the end of that rhyme, but biscuit brawl, that sounds awesome. That sounds like it could be a really cool TV show, like Bake Off. Hello and welcome to Biscuit Brawl. CT side, as I said, they've invested everything they can. Name a hacker, me. Obviously, I could never be this good. Next map is Overpass. Yeah, Little really has been off today. 4 kills, hasn't got a single kill in this second half, and only managed most of his kills towards the end of the last one, where they actually started to win a couple of rounds. So, yeah, definitely hasn't been his map. Gonna need him on Overpass if they are gonna be able to bring things back. Probably the Postman Fable. That's how I was born. Smoke. Thrown down over towards the B site. Already a little bit of damage done by Electronic. Will be a trade at least, as Markelov finishes off Little, who does at least get himself his first kill of the half so far. 35 seconds left on the clock as the T's do begin to push towards this A site. Or do they? Back to B. This might actually be quite risky. There's quite a few players still here. FaceCrack actually going to be able to retrieve an AK-47 for himself. And now the rotation's going to be coming in. There's only going to be 15 seconds left on the clock. There's actually a pretty good chance the CTs are going to be able to win this round unless the T's can do things very quickly indeed. Spray through. Already managing to pick up one. The bomb is going to be dropped and you need to get that quick, Markelov, onto the site. Doesn't have enough time. They need to kill off Mr. Kabak and Tony Black and they won't be able to do it. So it is going to be a round on the board for forZe. Maybe not quite done just yet, and actually the amount of damage done to the T economy is going to be quite painful. However, they are still going to be able to buy into this next round. Looks like something has been thrown over to Mr. Electronic, who hasn't actually had to do too much in this game so far. It's actually been Blade who's been right at the top. Markelov 19 and 7. Been the day of the more supportive players. Well, maybe not so much Wild at it with the AWP. CT side still quite limited. They do have rifles on almost every player, but don't have a lot of utility. Got some kits, no head armor, although that's not going to play too big of a part. Oh, actually, I don't know. The Galil probably wouldn't have got that kill from there. Blade is going to be able to pick up the first. Looking to try and hold off any rotations, but it will be a quick trade. Has to be careful of the push coming in, and while Red Hide is going to be able to take him down, nice work from Waylander to finish off one more. Red Hide is absolutely ruined, and now Jerry is going to be left in a 1 versus 3. 8 kills for him so far. Needs to hit magic number 11, although I don't know when 11 has ever been a magical number, but he does get the first. Looking to run in. Auto Director has changed this view model, so I'm guessing he's about to die. Thank you very much for that, Auto Director. Nobody can ever tell. And it will be 16-4 in favor of FlipSide. Either way, we are going to be back shortly for map number 2, so make sure you don't go anywhere. That will be Overpass. And if you have enjoyed, !caster will take you to my Twitter. We'll be back in a little bit.
E-gaming bets, online betting for every esports fan. Dota 2 and Hearthstone, CSGO and Overwatch, StarCraft 2, the choice is yours. Express bets for multiple matches or live bets on the game you are watching right now. Know your way around Dota 2? Make a prediction for picks and bans. Playing CSGO? Guess the number of rounds in a certain match. Daily quests for all participants and all the best choice of payment systems. More than 600,000 users have already made their bets on the spectacular matches since 2011. EGB.com. You know for sure who's gonna win.
CS.Money, a new service for trading your skins. Tired of all the skins piling up in your inventory? With CS.Money, trading got faster and safer than ever. Now you can just sign in to our website, choose the skins from your inventory and those you want to get from a broad variety. Confirm the trade and rejoice in your new skins. CS.Money, the best service for trading your skins.